All right, so we're gonna make the simplest of sandwiches right now: grilled cheese and a Pimpin D. Now, when I used to teach at culinary school, I used to tell people about how easily recipes can be diverted from, how they kind of morph and change over time. And one of the examples I gave is grilled cheese. If I asked 10 different cooks to make me a grilled cheese, I would have 10 kinds of grilled cheese because everybody has their way of doing it or a way they've been taught. There's a lot of different ways. I'm gonna show you the way it makes the most sense to me with the style of cooking that we do. We're gonna start our bread again in oil on the flat top. And we're gonna make, as I said, a grilled cheese, and we're gonna be doing a Pimpin D. And what those are now, Pimpin D is our pimento cheese with bacon and tomato. So we wanna get our bacon kind of refreshed. I don't want to put, just some stale bacon on the bread. And I can just start refreshing it here. I don't even have to do a weight or anything like that. I just want to get it going. But just a little bit more. That actually is looking pretty good. This one has a little bit more time. And I'm going to grab I'm going to go start setting this one up for our adult kids grilled cheese. That's cheddar and provolone on grilled bread. Now, not all of our kitchens have a broiler. A lot of times, what you would do from here is pop this right into your convection oven, and some of our kitchens have that oven right on the line or right next to their line. We have a broiler here in Durham, so this is where I like to finish it. Make sure our timer goes on. I'm going to grab this and get ready for our Pimpin D as that's firing. Our golden brown. Now for our Pimpin D, it's a pretty hefty amount of our house-made pimento cheese here. It's 2 full yellow scoops. Now from here, I like to break this up a little bit, like spread it out across the bread, because it, mostly because it melts faster, and then also because I want to make sure that we're getting, again, that kind of coast-to-coast coverage that we're looking for. Now, one thing I will do a little differently here is I'll add my tomatoes here and my bacon here, slightly refreshed. So as it goes into the broiler, and I'm going to stage this one out here. This one's starting to melt now. We'll set that one there. As always, every chance I get, if things start to get out of whack on my line, I'll make sure that we are always tuning and ready for the next ticket. It also makes a lot of sense during these downtimes that you clean out this trough. You'd be surprised how much of this stuff can end up inside or back on your grill. So any chance you get, you want to try to take care of that stuff. I could scrape it into this little hole. If I can go straight to the trash can, I like to do that because I don't want to have a bunch of buildup in here throughout the day that it starts getting cooked down or starts smoking out of there if it starts to get too full. And we're dumping that at the end of every night, but I don't want to make the job any harder than it has to be. All right, now we are fully melted here. You can see full melt on each of the cheese. We bring that together. Straight cut across. And you can see it's nice and melted all the way through. I can squeeze that in there. That's what you're looking for, right there on a grilled cheese. Now, the only difference between an adult grilled cheese and a kid's grilled cheese is that the kid's grilled cheese gets 4 slices of American. And that's how our grilled cheese should look. Let's set that over there. The pimento cheese is always gonna be a little bit, it just takes a little bit more. Because we want to, it kind of looks wet already when you're scooping it onto the bread. So to discern when it's actually melted, I would just say err on the side of caution. Let it go a little bit longer. You're not going to be hurting the bacon or tomatoes on there as we wait for that cheese to melt. So. And this is the hard part. This is the hard part we're waiting. Again, I'm going to keep cleaning. I want to make sure that I stay on top of my rotation, that we don't have random odd things laying around that are gonna get in my way later on. Get that off there. Keep your station clean, keep it organized. There's very few things that are more disappointing than a grilled cheese that doesn't have hot cheese on it. And that's why I stress that even though we are making foods that are, you know, by most standards, by most kitchen standards, it's very, very easy to do what we do. We're not making foams, we're not making emulsions, we're not doing any of the crazy like sous vide techniques. We're really focused on simple, little, tiny little things. And because our stuff is so simple, the details are always very, very important. We want to make sure that it goes out exactly like it's supposed to. And we are there. You can see now it's got melting. That's what we're looking for. Nice and hot. Fold that. Bring that all together. And we have one Pimpin' D ready to roll. Nice and juicy.